Cool. All right, we're recording. Hi, guys. 6:02, so we're good. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good, good. Oh, tell me a little bit about what you think about the September promos.
Great.
What'd you like the best?
The points.
The points?
Triple point.
Yeah.
First time ever.
Triple points? Anything else? What about the wine gig kit?
I like it.
That's something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. I will tell you a little secret. Really, from the sales team perspective, we would be like so cool if like that was the kit and that was it. There's so many kits, or at least 2 kits. So we're trying this out. We were pretty adamant we wanted to add wine club in it. I think it's important. People can opt out if they want to, you know. So I think that I think people need to be in wine club if they can, the best that they can, even if it's a 2 bottle. And I know that's an expense every month, but it's also an expense I believe you can do right off for your business, right? Because Kelly's nodding her head. You know you're muted, Kelly. Just so you know, you do know that. Okay. So yeah, and then they can upgrade if they want to. And then there was a little video that should have gone with the thing. Did the video go? And what did I do with that video? I made a video. I don't know if Lauren's in now, but I made a video. What the hell did I do with it? Oh, it's going to be the welcome letter. But I want to text it to people. So basically it's a welcome, and it talks about, it's like a welcome to Wine Shop at Home. It's like a 3-minute video. I do a little welcome. I invite them personally to join me on the call on Monday, because I want to get looking forward to meeting you, this whole thing, to try to help push the welcome calls. We get a pretty good attendance, but I think we can get better. And then I did another video. It's 3 minutes, and it talks about how they can, where they can go to upgrade Wine Club. So if they want to go from a 2 to a 4, this is what you do. You know how you can do it on your own in the wine cellar or in your extranet. And then I also talk about if they want to change from a red and white to 2 reds, 2 whites, or whatever. So it's just a little blurb to give them a little bit more information about Wine Club and how they can control it. And if they want to make any changes, I say, or if they want to, you know, pause it or whatever, they have to call customer care. So it's just super short, which I need to make a note about that in my video. So my video, make sure they added that in the welcome stuff. So anyway, just a heads up on it. So we'll make some final decisions here. And I don't know if you guys noticed on the updated kit flyer, we took out the $79 kit. Did you notice that? We just pushed it to the side because it wasn't necessarily necessary. So we still keep the cheaper $39 kit, and then we have this kit and then the 2 other ones for now. So at least it's still looking like 4. So we'll see, but it'll be probably, I'll ask you guys' opinion as we're going through with it, and then we'll make some decisions as a company what we're going to do. So just so you know, we are thinking along the lines of kits. So all right, let's go. Let's move on. All right, so last week I posted some homework basically. So I want to talk a little bit about this and the challenge we're going to do for September, because I told you guys I was going to kind of think it through and then post it. So I did. So I made a little Excel spreadsheet, and I'll show you. Gigi, I know you're on here. She had asked where it was, and I did tag her in it. So if you guys don't know where it's at, I can tag you in it. But if you go to the main Facebook Wine Therapy page, that's where I had to post the Excel spreadsheet to help you kind of track stuff. So I want you to keep track of how many people you personally offered the opportunity to. Use the Excel spreadsheet to track your recruiting results for the month. This is just for you to keep track. If you want to handwrite it in a notebook or whatever works best for you. But I like if you could send it to me. So if you did do any of that here in the last few days, you can send it to me, but we can really start next week. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys into a raffle. Each week you turn it in. You're going to get an entry, and I have business supplies and all kinds of cool stuff. I even have maybe wine I could send to you. So it'll be kind of a random sort of thing. And then every recruit you get will give you another entry. And then if you recruit 3, you automatically are going to get something to me, plus be in the raffle as well. And then if they qualify, you're going to get something too. But see, this whole thing is you have to track and tell me, because I'm not tracking your people. So you have to keep track Let me know the recruits that have come in. Obviously, you're just looking at for prospects as well. These are people that you're reaching out to and looking, offering the opportunity to. And then, of course, when they qualify, you can let me know too. So you have to track this. So this is all you guys telling me what's happening.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it a Google link? Because mine had stuff on there. Oh yeah, it does have that on there. Okay.
This spreadsheet? It should have just
Okay.
popped up in Excel.
That's what I mean. Okay. So we'll see where it says like number of guests in attendance. It's got stuff in there already.
Yeah, that's an example.
Again, yeah, now I realize that. But when I was first putting it in, I didn't notice it. And then when I went back to finish putting it in, I was like, wait, I didn't put that in. Okay.
So you can play with whatever, but I was just trying to like do an example. So
Gotcha.
I had tasting on the first, there were 10 people there. I asked 8 people if they were interested in the business. I have 1 recruiting interview set up. I held that recruiting interview. So stuff like that. So you can track it. If it was an in-person interview, I think that's interesting statistically. Phone interview, that's different too, because then you can kind of see what's more effective as well if you're doing, and the number of people that signed up. And then I also put a column if you used your upline. So a lot of people are learning how to talk about the business. So that's interesting too for you to kind of track. And somebody might say, I used my upline like 5 times and I recruited 4 people, versus I didn't use it all. So you never know. I'm just saying they can be useful sometimes. So, and then down here was just other people that you met maybe in an event or along the way, or maybe it was an old prospect that you've been talking to for a while. And those people count too, because you follow back around, especially when we have something like this kit and stuff, then you're following up with people as well. So this is just to help you track, and everybody loves fun stuff, but you got to do the work and you got to do the effort, and you have to plug all this in too. So I think writing stuff down brings huge awareness to what you're doing with your business. I know it always did for me, and it's kind of something always to look at the end of the month and go, wow, I had 5 tastings and I only asked 5 people if they were interested in the business. So obviously that all kind of goes together. So that is what that is. So let me know if you have any questions. Tomorrow night is the business opportunity. Sabrina Lamberson is our guest. So you guys should all RSVP and beyond to support her, of course. So, and when you attend live, I'll put everyone who did into a drawing, but you got to let me know you were on, because I miss names sometimes, or people's names come up weird. So you have to let me know if you were on. And then if you have people on, so if you get guests, so invite people to the call, I'll do extra drawings for that as well. So I'll be tracking on my end the information that you guys give me. All right, so now let's move on. All right, so we're gonna try something fun tonight, and this was actually something that came up from some leaders in our group, and it was kind of about getting to know each other. So I'm glad we have a little small group tonight, because I think what I'll do is each week as new people are on, we'll have them do this. So I found this little saying here, and I think this is from the what's that book? The Energy Bus, okay, which I love that book. So this is a recipe to nourish your team and culture. So stir the pot of love, lead with optimism, spread the vision, build trust, fill the void with positive communication, add a big dose of transparency and authenticity, create engaged relationships, combine inspiration, encouragement, empowerment, and coaching, fill up with appreciation, heat with passion, and bring it all together with unity. And I think it starts really kind of with your team, the people that you're welcoming to it, and beyond just your team. This is a call for all the direct to company teams, which is kind of fun and a way for you guys to get to know each other a little bit more and start building those relationships. You'll find people that you have stuff in common with, maybe you can partner with, accountability with, whatever it might be. But I just put together some questions. So I will kind of start to get you off so you can learn a little bit more about me if you don't know a ton about me. You know my name, right? It's Shelly. Start date, I started with Wine Shop at Home in March of 2017. So just been here about 2.5 years. But my background, I've been in direct selling for 16 years. So I've done field, and I've also done the corporate side of direct selling. That's the short of it, of course. The biggest team I built was 1,500 people, and we did about $3 million in sales every year. So that was the biggest organization that I built from a field perspective, and I knew nothing about direct sales, and I purchased a kit just like you did, and I figured it out, and I really, really, really utilized the people that came before me, my upline, to teach me how to do it. And I also really utilized people that were not on my team, people I saw strengths in and I would reach out to. And then when I ended up having strengths in other areas, they would reach out to me. So I really built a camaraderie within not only my own organization, but culturally across the whole entire nation with other people. So that was pretty cool. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is where I was born and raised. I've been married to my now husband, Joe, for 12 years. I have a daughter, Bella, from my first marriage. Her dad lives in Huntington Beach. He was actually just here this weekend taking care of her as Joe and I were in New Orleans. Joe has 2 children, so I have a stepdaughter who is 24. Her name is Victoria. And I have a stepson, Taylor, who just turned 19, who is going to be joining the military. So he's looking at options right now. My daughter, Victoria, works in fashion design. She just graduated. And my daughter, Bella, who is 16 and junior in high school, wants to be an animator for Disney. We have 3 dogs, Dodger, Knight, and Angel, which you probably see pictures of them all the time. I don't have another job because I'm not allowed to have another job because I work corporately with you guys. And my favorite thing to do beyond spending time with my family or wine is hockey, which y'all probably know that too from watching my Facebook page. Oh, and I have a shirt I have to show you that I got today. And why Wine Shop in 3 words. So why I came onto Wine Shop and started working here was because my 3 words were experience in terms of the people that owned it had direct selling experience. That was really important to me. It was debt-free. That was very important to me. And also belonging. I felt a huge pull to the company and to Jane and to Stand, and almost like a nurturing kind of a feeling. So that's my kind of 3 words that broke up. So that's a little bit about me. So I'm going to start with Kelly Goff. So she's going to go and whip through them as fast as you can. There are probably a lot of questions, but I think it's fun that we're doing this. Go, Kelly.
I'm Kelly Goff. My start date was July 2007. I don't know the exact date. My title is managing director. How big is my team? Well, we just lost a huge chunk of people. But I'd say we're about 170-ish right now. I think 171, but I think we're going to lose 2 more. I live outside of DC, just south of DC in Northern Virginia. Manassas. No, it's Manassas, but we call it Manassas because we can. And family. So I have my husband Jared and I got married in 2001. We had Rachel in 2002, so she just turned 17. And my youngest, Andrew, is about to turn 15. Obviously, they're in high school. I do not have another job. I did work a part-time job several years ago at the police department where I started working when I was really young, but I did not work out so well. So I just came back to Wine Shop. And then my favorite thing to do beyond time with my family or wine is I like to read. Gotten really into books again. I've just started doing yoga and I'm really liking it a lot. But I like hanging out with people. I'm really social. I like hanging out with my friends. I have a big community, a tight community where I live. So we have a good time. Why Wine Shop in 3 words? Flexibility, always my number 1 thing. It was why I started and it's why I continue. Number 2, income. I mean, hello. I don't know about anybody else, but originally income wasn't a huge thing for me, but it is now. And then, oh God, another thing. Everybody, my wine family, I would say which is 2 words, but get over it because it's going to be too bad. I mean, I didn't join to meet people, but I definitely don't want to leave because of my people. So not just my team, but all my friends in the company. And Jane, Stan, corporate. Like, I would die if I didn't talk to Shelly every day.
She would
I
die.
wouldn't die. I wouldn't die, but I would be sad.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Let's go to Jacqueline.
Okay, Jacqueline Bonham. I started November 25th, 2014, because it was right before Thanksgiving. I'm a director. My team had cracked 100, but we just lost a whole slew who were not active, so I'm down to 77. I know, because I look all the time. I live in Glen Allen, Virginia, which is right outside Richmond, the capital, but I am a New Yorker. I've lived here for 18 years now. So I've lived in Virginia half my life, which is crazy. I have a husband. We just celebrated our 18th wedding anniversary, which is nuts. 4 kids, a girl, 3 boys, 13, 11, 8, and 6. We always just have a birthday when I have to do those dates, so I have to think. And we have a puppy named Glory after the wine that we got in June, and we just adopted a boxer who's behind me because he's my shadow. His name is Titan. He's adorable. I'm going to post about him soon. And then I don't have another job besides being CEO of the household. And my favorite thing to do on the planet is be at a beach. Any beach, anytime, anywhere. I love discovering new beaches, though. It's my favorite thing. And I learned to paddleboard in Costa Rica on a wine shop trip, which is now one of my new favorite things. Why wine shop in 3 words? Unlimited earning potential. Sky's the limit. I mean, there's no cap on us, so makes me happy.
Oh, that's your unlimited earning potential? Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I had like 3 minutes to think about it while you and Kelly went, so
All
those
right.
are my 3 words.
Cool. All right, Donna.
I had 0 minutes to think about it.
Okay. Okay. So I'm Donna Myers. I started July 31st, 2012. I'm a senior wine consultant. I really don't have much of a team. I have 2 inactive people. I'm by myself here on Long Island, in Ronkonkoma, New York. I've been married 33 years to my husband, Scott, and we have 3 adult children. My daughter Jillian is 31, my son Brett is 29, and my son Derek is 23. So they're all doing the adulting thing now. My daughter actually and her husband Chris have been living with us for about 1.5 years now, and they're about to move out. They're closing on a house in the next couple of weeks. I have no other job. I've been a stay-at-home mom since Jillian, and I was the ultimate volunteer with PTA, Girl Scout leader. Favorite things to do besides the wine? I paint on canvas. I went to art school when I was way younger, and I do have a degree in fine arts, associate degree in fine arts. These days, with the house being very crowded, I've been painting on wine glasses, and I give them to my hosts as gifts and to family as gifts. And why wine shop at home? Yeah, first of all, the wine. Definitely the wine. The people. People within the company. I mean, I'm on Sabrina's team. She's all the way in San Diego, and I'm all the way here in New York. I think I was looking for something for me, so it's all for me. After being the volunteer and the stay-at-home mom for all those years. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Do you have any wine glasses you can show us?
Well, this one was like my first, and this is like so. I've been giving away all the good ones. So I just did a really nice one for my host last week. I got bigger on the grapes, and I've just been experimenting with them. So I started doing them about 6 months ago. But I really haven't saved a lot of them.
Take pics.
What?
Take pictures and post them.
Yeah, I'll do that. I can do that. I do have some pictures on my phone, so I can post them.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss Donna.
Welcome.
All right, Deborah, I see you next.
Hi, I'm Deborah Griffin, and I started on June 16th of this year, and I'm a senior wine consultant. I have 1 person under me, but that's just the beginning. And I live in Grattan, Michigan, which is north of Grand Rapids, Michigan. And my family is grown. My son Anthony is 30. He is married and has 4 children, the oldest 8, the youngest a year and a half. And my daughter Jillian is married, and they literally travel the country. Her husband is in a union for sprinkler fitters. So they were in the Carolinas, and now they're in Michigan right now due to weather. They have a 3.5-year-old, so I have 5 grandchildren. My other job is I work in corporate America for a bank.
Okay.
And yes, looking forward to retirement with Wine Shop at Home, more than you know. And my favorite thing to do beyond spending time with family or wine is I love concerts and live music. It is my ultimate favorite. I mean, this year I've kind of cut down, but last year I went to at least 1 concert a month. So it was, kind of an expensive habit, but I enjoyed it.
I love concerts.
And why Wine Shop in 3 words? Friends. I'm going to make this a hyphenated word. No inventory. And retirement.
Awesome. Who's your upline, Deborah, so everybody knows?
Kendall Altina.
And then Kelly is Jacqueline's upline. So that was a good one. I'm glad you added that, Donna, about Sabrina, because I didn't put that, and that kind of helps you know the connection too. That's awesome. That's fun. And Gigi hung up on us. So yes. So just a little thing for you to know each other. And then when people come on next week and they haven't shared, then they can share too. So you can kind of get that connection. And I want to talk about other kinds of connections. So we're going to jump to wine. I'm putting a little twist on this. Hopefully you have your wine menu handy. You may not need it because you may be really a pro, but I wanted to do a little twist. And this is a way thinking about like connecting with your guest, which is so important. So you guys start to connect as a team or with your teams and getting to know people. But the relationships that you have with your customers and your guests is like huge, and kind of understanding what their needs are is a big deal. So this is kind of a way to start that, because you start to get to know them a little bit better. So I wrote on here, which wine are you drinking right now? This is a little twist. What other wines would you recommend on the menu to this guest? So if I was telling you that I right now was drinking the Orange Muscat, and the Orange Muscat is sold out, what other wines would you recommend to me? Because I'm probably the only person on this call drinking Orange Muscat.
Easy.
It's not terrible. I had it. It's sweet, but it's light and
My
fresh.
people don't think it's sweet enough.
Yeah, it's not that sweet.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it is sweet, but it's not horrible.
Okay.
I gotta pull up the menu. I forgot to have the menu up.
Me too.
Or
I gave my bottle to my son. He took it back to Brooklyn with him.
So if you
I got
didn't have the menu in front of, what would you say to somebody?
Anything in the sweet section that's white.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Series Symphony is delicious. Symphony grape is a hybrid of certain sweet grapes, and Orange Muscat is a sweet grape, so you'd absolutely love that. The Friche Spring Song Blend's also on there. What else
Yeah,
is on?
that's what I say.
You might also enjoy our delicious brand new table rosé. Voluptuously sweet. It's very nice. Beautiful color too. Very different rosé, and comes in threes. One to sip, one to share, one to save.
So what kind of questions would you ask somebody? Like kind of qualifying questions. Would you just start telling me these are the wines I think you would like, or would you ask me, what would you ask me?
Sometimes I'll ask people, what do you like about it?
Yeah,
Okay.
what do you usually drink? What's your favorite? What favorite varietal do you
Yeah,
have?
do you prefer white? Because I'm drinking a sweet red.
Mhm. So do you think there's a difference between, if you have a sweet wine drinker, do you think there is a difference between a red sweet or a white sweet?
Yes.
You do. And this is why do you think, why? do you think if I only like, I like, I'm not going to say only, let's say I usually like white sweets, would you recommend a red sweet to me?
Always.
Yes.
Yes.
Because they're our top sellers. And
Why-
one's the last call.
Why do you think they're different though?
Yeah.
Al, I see you raising your hand.
Well, I think they just red wine and white wine have totally different flavors, but I always think it's good for people to get out of their comfort zone. I have a rule at my tasting that you have to try everything. I mean, I don't force it down their throats, but every single tasting, someone says, I don't normally like white, but this is really good. Yeah,
Yep.
because whites are really good.
Mhm.
I don't normally like sparkling, but this is really good. You know, every single time. And so that's why and sometimes I'll explain to them why I have that rule. And now if someone tells me that they, you know, won't drink red because they get migraines, I'm not going to force them
Right.
to drink it. But I definitely will also recommend a sweet red for somebody, just because most people have never tried a good sweet red in the past, and sweet reds cost more than sweet whites. People, get your sales up.
Mhm. Oh, that's a good tip.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good tip. I like if it was Donna that said, what do you normally drink? So, and the sweets are interesting to me because you have a lot of people that like sweets, or they always say, oh, I like a muscat or whatever. And I like sweet. I fall more in the hypersensitive area, actually. Those are my favorites. Those are like, I could drink the whole thing. And my favorite type of wine is more of a sweet red, a sweet sparkling red, like a fizzy red, which we don't have that yet. I've been on Alex like this.
I asked for it too.
So I like it. So it's interesting because you can't just say, oh, she likes orange muscat, she likes whites, sweet whites only, right? So it's asked. That's why I asked if you asked like the qualifying questions. So I'm definitely a front side of the menu kind of a person, for sure. So Jacqueline, what are you drinking right now?
I'm actually drinking the Mola Mola, which I finished. It's funny you should ask, Shelley. I got to try this wine for the first time at our national convention or wine camp in July when I was asked to help out an actual live tasting and training. So that was the first time I tried this.
Okay.
And I think I'm a red lover. This is considered a little bit of a sweeter red, but I feel like it has a lot of depth, a lot of layers to this wine, and I really enjoyed it. It very much surprised me because it didn't taste like a typical sweet red. And the grapes that it's made from are not very sweet, so it must have just had a little higher sugar content when it fermented, but I've really enjoyed it, and a lot of my true sweet lovers who don't like reds have been buying this wine, and it's on sale.
So Jacqueline is drinking the Mola Mola. So what wines would you recommend to her? Or what would you ask her?
I would ask her, how sweet is that to you? Do you like the level of sweetness, or do you not, or do you think it's too sweet or too dry?
It has a dry finish, which I like, but it is a little sweeter for what I normally go to.
Okay.
It helps doing all the schoolwork paperwork, I'll tell you though.
So what do you normally go to?
So I would look at the other sweet reds and just tell her to try another one. But I also would go to Table.
Yep.
I mean, because Table's a fruity red. It's not as sweet, but it's still got it's not sweet, but it's fruity and it's soft.
Yeah.
And also the Legacy is pretty soft.
I love that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd probably recommend the Legacy over the Table for two reasons. If someone's never tried a wine, they're not likely to buy three. And the Legacy costs more.
Oh, that's
Yep.
a good point, actually.
Not much, but yeah.
I don't always go by cost because I really want the customer to get what I think that they are going to like, but it is something that you should pay attention to.
Actually, it's
Go ahead, Jacqueline.
the Legacy is, oh yeah, it costs more by $1.
Donna, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking the Family Ranch Cabernet Franc. I'm a very intense, smooth to intense wine drinker. And I'm loving it. I've actually, after I drank my wine club, I ordered more. So I ended up getting I've been doing the red 2-bottle wine club since I joined all those years ago. And I just, last month I got my first 4-bottle white red because I'm finding that I am experimenting more with the whites, just to, especially during the summer. It was really good. So totally loving Old the Family Ranch, except I haven't tried the Orange Muscat. I'm just not a sweet wine drinker. So I gave it to my son because he loves sweet wines. But the Cab Franc, as it says on the menu, that it's a classic Cab Franc, and it really is. It's very smooth. It opens up nicely, but yet it's got that intenseness that I really, really like.
All right, so what wine would you recommend to Donna? Other wines in that arena, based on what she said.
She likes Cab Franc. She'll like the Adorn.
Does.
I know.
And she does.
Yeah, I would go with 7 Petals.
I was even going to say the Petit Verdot.
It's sold out.
I know.
That's what I have in my glass.
The Petit Verdot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is Deborah? Okay.
There isn't a ton on the back anymore. We used to be like,
No, it's
four of
not,
them.
there isn't.
Now it's like a tumbleweed rolling by. Because you can't offer the Talmadge, and those are on there. There's 3 of them on there.
I just ordered 4 artisans last week. My husband's like, we need some more artisans. So I'm like, yeah, okay. I can do that.
Yeah, you do.
You
I
ask
love the Adorn though. When it first came out, I thought it was a little thin and light, and since it's aged, I don't know. And if anybody saw Diane Nozick's post about it with her bracelet on it, she described it perfectly. Like, it's just really come out well now.
Do you guys ask people, especially like Donna is saying she likes those bold wines, and Deborah, you probably do too, because you said you're drinking that other one. Do you ever ask people, what do you typically spend on wine? Is that ever a question you ask somebody?
They always tell me.
They'll tell you?
Yeah, they always tell me. I don't typically spend this much on wine. Yep, I'm sure you don't.
So how do you know if you have, because Artisan isn't like in the sampler, except like unless it's January. So how do you get people to those big bolds to those upper price wines?
So I'll give you a tip that I mean, I don't know if it's a tip, it's just something I do. But it actually has worked a couple times. Now, I'm not talking about many times. I'm just saying a handful of times it has worked in my 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times people will ask me what my favorite wine on the menu is.
Every time.
And it's not the Artisan 5, but I always say it's the Artisan 5. My favorite wine is the Brut Sparkling, but I will say Artisan 5 because it's the best wine we have. And if someone like Donna went to a tasting and was willing to, because people think you know what you're talking about. They think, oh, yeah, she's this wine person. She must know her. I mean, obviously, at least know your product, And I always say it's the best wine we have, and there's a reason why it's $76, and it's worth every penny. And then, I've had people buy it without tasting it because for no other reason than you tell them it's the best. Because people will buy crap because they want to be the best or have the best or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they look at the price and they go, oh, this has to be really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And another thing you can do, if people are like, oh, I really, really want to try that. Great. Host a tasting and get some, and you get it half price.
Yeah.
You just have to figure out a way to get it for them, because once somebody buys it and tastes it, usually they will be more willing to buy it again from you in the future. At least that's my experience.
Deborah, what's your favorite wine on the menu?
So it varies. I started as just a strictly white, sweet wine. That was it.
Okay.
I know.
Petit Verdot.
I know. And it came in my wine club and I fell in love with it. It was just so smooth and it had such a great flavor. And the more room temperature it became, the tastier it was. And I really enjoyed it. And then I had another one of my tastings last week with the Cab Franc, the legacy one. Oh my gosh, I was in heaven. it was just the tastiest thing ever, which was totally different for me to change over to different ones. But I'm finding that the bolder wines are ones that I'm becoming more accustomed to, and it makes it easier to sell them.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I love that you brought that up, that you kind of did a switch, because I think that's important too, as you're starting to develop relationships with your customers. Also, it opens up your mind to where you're not like just looking for sweet wine drinkers, right? You're looking for all types of wine drinkers.
Yes.
Everybody's palate is going to be different. So you even sharing that story at a tasting, I think could be important too, because it opens up somebody's mind sitting at that table going, wow, she used to like just drink Moscato, right? And now she's drinking these. So I'm going to give it a try, because they trust you, like Kelly said. No other reason. You're the person that's kind of in charge there, and you're the expert. So they're going to trust, and they're going to maybe try things. And like with me, I found that I think Kristen did it for me. Like the aeration is huge. Like I can drink a wine that's gross, and then you aerate it, and I like, oh, I like it. I don't know why. I mean, I guess you know why, but it's different. So, but I had to be educated on that because I didn't know that. So this is where that trust can kind of built in, where you end up having a customer for life, building those relationships with people because they trust you. They tried something, oh, and I liked it, and they're going to want to go back to you because now you kind of understand what their needs are and what they like. So they'll come to you and go, I'm looking for that wine that I had before. Do you have that still? And no, it's sold out. Well, do you have anything comparable? And they'll trust you, because we don't want just a customer for the night. We want them for life. And that is really important as you're building these relationships with people. I remember, I think it was Krista Karate actually teaching me kind of how to work the menu. And she would say, I think it was her, I usually go 3 up and 3 down. So if they like this wine here, you're probably going to like maybe 3 above and 3 below. So that was kind of a rule of thumb type of a thing that I had gotten comfortable with and explaining to people, because I'm definitely so below wine expert, you don't even know. So, but I could go to a tasting and do a tasting on my own and feel actually confident, like I knew what I was talking about because they trusted me. And I was really trying to listen to what they were saying or doing. And if they were to say, I like this flavor, I would totally be lost. That's when I'm like boxering somebody for help. But you can do that too. So I think it's important as you are doing that to ask those questions, get a feel for them, get to really know them too, just like you're getting to know your team or getting to know others here on this call. And it's about connecting with people. And I think that can go so far, you know, in your business. So that was fun. Thanks for entertaining me. Exercise. All right, and then look at this new image that I had Augustine do for me. You ever see the question one I use? It's like a wine glass and it has a question mark at a wine. So I had a make one. There you go. That's the new image that you'll see on Monday Night Calls. But that's kind of all I had. I just wanted you guys to kind of get to know each other. I thought talking about connecting. The wine is important, obviously, because that's where you make your money. That's your bread and butter. I'm going to make a little collage with some of your words and your other hobbies, things or things that you do outside of, you know, loving your family and wine, because I think that's fun. And yeah, so as you guys talk, I'm like, oh, I didn't say that. Oh, I didn't say that. But I could just talk to forever. Can we see your dog, Jacqueline?
Yeah, this is the puppy. She just got into trouble, so I had to go get her.
Oh, how cute.
She was trying to go upstairs. And then, I'm supposed to get inside.
I feel so bad I didn't talk about my dog, who is literally my baby.
I know. Yeah, I know. And I didn't talk about Pilates. When you said yoga, I go, oh, I do love to do Pilates. But hockey.
There's tight.
Hello.
Hi, buddy.
Say hi.
He's like, what are you doing? Why are you getting in my face with that thing?
He's like, what?
See, a dog's journey. The first movie was A Dog's Purpose. It was Dennis Quaid, and then the second one is A Dog's Journey. Did you see that movie by chance?
I don't watch dog movies. No.
Okay, my husband didn't either. So
Never.
I've been wanting to see A Dog's Journey, and it was on the plane for free.
Oh,
I'm watching it. Joe's like passed out, snoring the minute he sits down in his damn seat. And then I had a gentleman sitting next to me, an older gentleman. We were watching it together because he was asking what this is. And I go, it's going to be sad. And it's going to be happy. I was sobbing on the airplane.
I don't watch dog movies.
And Joe woke up and he's watching. He goes, why would you do that to yourself? I was like sobbing on the airplane. I had to like take my sweatshirt, like wipe my snot in my eyes, and I'm crying. My face is all puffy. He goes, you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. And this old man next to me is asking me all these questions. So if you want a good tearjerker,
Oh,
yeah, my husband won't. I really want to go see Art of Racing in the Rain. New movie that's out. I read the book years ago and it was fantastic. So, but yeah, sobbing, like sobbing on the airplane. It was great. I know.
good job.
You guys have anything? Do you have any questions about the challenge?
how do you want us to send it to you? Email?
Yeah, that's fine. Email, or if you can connect it on Facebook Messenger too.
So you can add people on there that you didn't initiate conversation with in September. Because I heard you say if you have an old prospect that you went back to, which
Yes.
I had a bunch in August, and I didn't want to cheat and like put them on there if it wasn't.
Kristen already boxed me this morning and asked. I go, well, if you haven't closed them yet, there's still a prospect and you're still talking to them.
Okay.
So you're good. So you can go back. So that encourages you should, with some of the stuff happening, that should encourage you to go backwards anyway, too, right? The new kit and stuff, which is a screaming deal. So it's a deal right now. So if you see the price change on that, if we end keeping it, don't be surprised, because for 20 more bucks to get Wine Club, basically what we did is we did half price Wine Club. That's what we proposed, and they took it. So I don't know how long that price will be, but I'm hoping that kit will be and stay around. So
Yeah, that is a steal. The value is like almost double.
exactly. Good. All right. Drink that wine.
I
That's
know.
You know, the only reason I was drinking it was because I had the open bottle. I don't even remember when I opened it, but I don't let anything go to waste.
Never.
All right. Anything else, guys?
Thank you.
You're very
Yes,
welcome.
thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good week, and be on the Food Drop tomorrow. Make sure you RSVP. I did post vegan wine therapy. It's always on wine. You know, it's everywhere. It's posted everywhere. So I'm looking forward to it. Sabrina's excited about it too. So that's all. All right, guys.
Thanks for sharing, Donna.
Thank
and
you.
Oh.
I got to know you guys a little bit.
Post some pictures of your wine glasses.
I
Donna.
will.
All right, cool. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.